How do I get my list separated into frequent, new, and lost customers? Episode 444 talked about the value of using your email list, your text list, and the different data you have to not burn it out. And one of you, the listeners, texted in and asked, Matt, how would you do this if you were me?
My goal is to help restaurant owners finally get to where they want to go. But more than that, my goal is to find entrepreneurs within that segment that actually know what it means to hustle. That's my goal. Come on the journey with me.
Restaurant Marketing Secrets, episode 445. I'm your host, Matt Plapp, and we're brought to you by America's Best Restaurants. ABR is on a path to help you, independent restaurant owners, find more frequent customers and double your sales. Today, the topic comes from one of you, a listener, Valerie from Warehouse Barbecue in Youngstown, North Carolina. Let's dig into the tactics you can put in place to segment your current and future list. First off, thank you, Valerie from Warehouse Barbecue in Youngsville, North Carolina. I appreciate your text message with the question. That is why I put my cell phone a lot of places online, including this podcast. And friends of mine joke around a lot that, Matt, at what point are you going to stop doing that or have to get a different cell phone? I said, well, we'll find out how big this thing gets over the next couple of years. It is a struggle to come up with topics on a daily basis some weeks that I feel you'll understand. You know, the difference between myself and a restaurant operator is I'm not a restaurant operator. I'm a marketing person and a salesperson. And a lot of times my ideas might sound great to me, but they're not completely executable at the restaurant level. And that's been one of the reasons we've built the company how we have around a lot of brainstorming with clients since 2008. Now, granted, I will say that 9 out of 10 things I talk about on this podcast are in action, are working, are doing some great things. But there are those times where Matt has to step back and say, okay, is this idea something that can actually happen? Or is Matt drinking too much Red Bull today? Well, Valerie, thanks for the question. And let's get into it. First, before I talk about the ways to do it, let's talk about what you would want to segment by. And then we'll get into, after the break, tactics with that. So number one, the biggest thing that I want to know when I build a database or when I'm taking a current database and trying to segment it is what type of customer are they? Are they a new customer, a frequent customer, or a lost customer, aka a former customer? And believe it or not, the biggest gold mine for you are those former customers, because a lot of people stopped coming to your restaurant on accident. I didn't go to Barleycorns in Northern Kentucky right near my house for 3 months 2 years ago because I changed my driving pattern. I started driving my sports car to the office. I would go on the expressway versus down 42. And the only exposure Barleycorns had to Matt Plapp was their sign. When I stopped driving by their sign multiple times a day, we quit eating there. My daughter comes home from college. Let's go to Barleycorns. Let's get some Dock-style wings. I'm like, man, we haven't been there in a minute. She's like, why not? They piss you off? I'm like, no, I don't know. My wife said, Matt, here's a marketing lesson for you. The stay-at-home mom's going to school you. It's because of your stupid-ass car. You drive it every day instead of your SUV. You don't go down 42 anymore, and so you don't see Barleycorns. I became a lost customer in a matter of 2 to 3 months from a restaurant I've been eating at since the early 80s as a kid on a at least bi-weekly basis outside of college. Take that into consideration when you're thinking about why your sales are down. It could be instances like that. It could be instances of people working from home versus offices. Companies move, they downsize. People change jobs. But then also maybe you had a bad batch of employees. Maybe you had some bad customer service. Maybe your food wasn't popping like you used to. Regardless, that lost customer database is a gold mine. A friend of mine, Ray Wiley, who owns Hothead Burritos and used to own Rapid Fired Pizza and was a really big operator in Subway system for a while. And by the way, Ray's dad was the first ever employee of Pizza Hut out of Oregon back in the day and helped build Pizza Hut nationwide. So the family's got some pretty good knowledge in the restaurant space. But Ray was telling me that when he would buy Subways and turn them around, he depended completely on winning back the lost customers because he knew when he bought these Subways, the majority of the problem stemmed from inconsistency in the product, bad management, and bad customer service. He would tweak those, and then all of his marketing would revolve around winning back lost customers. So those are the three categories you're going to start off with right away. Why is that? Number one, if somebody's never been to your restaurant and they tell you they're a new customer, it's a different conversation than it is somebody who comes every week and tells you they're a frequent. If they're a lost customer, you might want to start the conversation back up with finding out why they left. Hey, we miss you, Huggy Bear with a broken heart. How do we win your business back? What if I gave you a free burrito? What if I gave you 2 free burritos, 3 free burritos? Who knows? So new, frequent, and lost. And ideally, you can go a little deeper. If you've got a point of sale, let's say Toast, you can see when people eat lunch or dinner. And we're actually in the process of getting pretty deep into this because we just purchased a company called Repeat Returns. I'm actually sitting in the Las Vegas office right now. I'm here every couple of weeks. And part of the reason we bought Repeat Returns is our company has always been two sides of the ball: marketing, customer acquisition, and marketing strategy. The acquisition part for us has always been what we call customer rewards. We're rewarding somebody on the front end for either being a new customer, winning them back, or hey, here's a gift for being a great frequent customer. And then the connection after that is where it would go into a software like Repeat Returns that allows us to understand the customer journey and how often that person comes in or doesn't, and then market to them based on that. So that is where you create loyalty. So we've been acquiring customers. Our acquisition methods are with rewards. The next step is our connection to point of sales like Toast through Repeat Returns to know when that new customer didn't come back after one visit, when that lost customer, stopped coming, and when they came before, and then how to reward that frequent customer by doing double points, by giving a bonus, by just saying thank you. So those are 3 levels of information I believe strongly about because, a new customer could need directions. They might want to know your menu. They might want to know your story. A lost customer, you just got to find out why they quit coming in and give them a high five remotely and try and get them back in. The next level to that, as I said, with the point of sale is when you go into lunch and dinner, like places like Toast. We're in the process of being able to pull data out and say, okay, how do we classify this customer as a new customer who always eats at lunch so we can maybe drive a dinner sale? And then from there's a lot of opportunities. Business decision makers. I had a client of ours this morning. I was conversating with Dean out of Fire Brew in Virginia, amazing operator. He's looking for ways to increase some of his, delivered orders or box pickups, things like that, box lunches. But he doesn't have a list of people that have traditionally bought in the past. Now, it hasn't been a big part of his past, but he's in the process of developing a list now of saying, hey, these are people that have ordered from us. We had a client of ours, this was going back about 10 years, who told me, Matt, we don't have a database. We're really struggling with our marketing. Where would you start? I said, well, number one, we're going to find your database. And he goes, well, I just told you we don't have one. I said, well, you do have one. How have people been communicating with you over the past 10 years? Because this is like a 20-year business. He's like, well, we have email. I said, okay, great. You've got a catering email. You've got an info email. Your website has a form people fill out that goes to an email. We pulled up those accounts and we exported everybody they had ever replied to in an email. They exported their sent mail file. 17,000 emails in there, all unique. At that point, we took it. We scrubbed the list through a product called Never Bounce, which is a website you can put a list in that will delete old expired emails because that can hurt your send rate when you send out to expired emails. The systems see that. But this customer ended up with like a 15,000 person database. Then at that point, it was, okay, how do we segment it? And that's what we're going to talk about after the break. But the key element is here, you've got to look at your business and understand. You got lunch, you got dinner. You've got appetizer eaters, dessert eaters. You've got, if you're a beer place, one of our clients has like 30 beers on tap. Okay, are they an IPA drinker? Are they a heft drinker? Are they a lager, a stout? So finding out some of those information. But the key, most basic ones are new, frequent, lost. From there, it would go to day part. From there, it would go to, is this a consumer or a business decision maker? And then from there is where you could get really complicated and finding out what kind of beer they drink, what kind of food they eat at your restaurant. But after the break, I'm going to dig into what you could do right now to ensure you start gathering data correctly moving forward, and what you could do to your current list to make it even better. Commercial time. Okay, today I want to talk about something quick, something easy, and something you need to have, restaurant owners. The America's Best Restaurants RGA Guide. Revenue Generating Activities. This is a 12-month planner, marketing and sales tactics to help you double your restaurant sales. If you want to grow your restaurant, you have to grow your database. You have to grow the attention you're getting on Facebook and Instagram. You have to grow your influence in your community. And in my opinion, you need to double it. We have created an inexpensive marketing training that you could take advantage of today. It is the Restaurant RGA Guide. Go to mattplapp.live/RGA. Now back to the show. Number one step is you need to change how you're collecting data right now. If you've got a form on your website, like I saw the other day from a restaurant that simply asks for the email, you need to change that. You need to talk to your website company, whoever you're using for that tool. You need to be asking for first name, last name, email, phone number, birthday, and then have either a radio box where they check a button or a drop down, new, frequent, or lost. Now, here's the kickback I'm going to get. Well, Matt, that will slow down the number of people who give me their info. That's fine. I would much rather have 80% of those 100 people who would have given me an email give me everything. Because if I have an email, if I have a cell phone number, if I have somebody's name, who in the hell wants to be talk to a restaurant, hey, you? Would you walk by a regular in your restaurant and say, hey, you? What if Cheers never had Norm? You need to know the name. And then by having this radio box where you can choose, are you a new, frequent, or lost, it's going to let you start that. So whatever tool you're currently using, get rid of the lack of information. We want first name, last name. We want email. We want phone number. We want birthday. We want visit frequency. If you're going to fight me and want to eliminate stuff, get rid of the last name. You could get rid of the birthday, which I think is a dumb idea. But the order of importance for me is first name, visit frequency, cell phone, email, birthday. I think I missed one there, but I can't remember. So that's the start of it. Change the tool you're using. And if you want to look for some tools that'll help, join ABRU. We've got some modules in there about different products we like. We actually now have our own software, so I guess maybe I should just quit telling you to go anywhere else and just to go right to repeatreturns.com, because that is a tool that allows you to collect the correct information right away. So you've got that in place. You're going to change that. You've got a database currently. How can you start to segment that database? Well, number one, I want you to get that database in one place. I want you to go to your Google accounts, which we'll bring up a topic in a minute on that. I want you to go to your website. I want you to go to your point of sale. And I want you to extract as much information as you can from all of those sources, because your point of sale might have my email address associated with a day part, might have how often I've come in the restaurant. I don't know what you're using, but you want to extract as much data as you can from all the places and then put it in one place. And from that one place, you then want to figure out what you have and what you don't have. So if you were to make a column and categorize it by these are the items: name, visit frequency, cell phone, email, birthday, day part. And then you're going to have columns, obviously, aren't going to be in there. This is going to be arduous task. I heard somebody say the other day. It's going to take some time. Might even be something you can get an intern for. Might be something you can want your employees to do. But you need to get all that data in one place. Sidebar, your email. Please get rid of the @Gmail, @Yahoo, @AOL, @MSN email addresses. I saw one the other day from a restaurant in Northern Kentucky, @Insight. Insight hasn't been around in like 10 years. Your email should always come from or go to your URL. My email address, I have two of them, matt@mattplapp.com, because my URL for a long time has been mattplapp.com. Then I also have a matt@americasbestrestaurants.com. You need to have a branded email that people reply to. What kind of comfort Does it give somebody when they're emailing joesbarbecue@gmail.com? Is Gmail paying you? No. So the URL on your email needs to match your website URL. It instills confidence, and it's the professional way to do it. Sorry for the sidebar. The next step is once you have that data, create an easy way that you can communicate with those people. Take that list and figure out, okay, what data don't I have? And what is the most important? So I would say new, frequent, or lost. Do a contest. Send an email to that database, a text message to that database, and say, we're doing a $100 gift card. We're going to give away 5 $100 gift cards randomly to the people who click here and update their information in our XYZ system. I would have a name for it. Our reward system, our loyalty system, the barbecue boys, whatever. One of our clients has the beer club. So whatever you're calling it, you want to have a mechanism that you can email them and then have them land somewhere. So that tool I just told you to create as your first step is where you're going to send them. So whatever that tool is, you're going to send an email out, a text message out saying, we're giving away $500 gift cards. Click here to register to win your gift card. When they land on that place, you should have some messaging there. Welcome. We appreciate you coming here to register for the contest. Fill out the information below to get registered. Now, here's where it comes in. Once you do that a handful of times, you're going to take that data and you're going to merge it with what you currently have. And then at that point, you can put some things in place that'll hopefully start letting you piece the puzzle together. I had a guy that I actually knew that called people. He had a cell phone list of people in his program. He never got their email address. He didn't know how often they came to the restaurant. He had his team start calling these people. They had free time. You got downtime. You got Christmas coming up here in about 2 to 3 weeks after Christmas for most restaurants that I know of slows down, but you got people you don't want to lay off or let go. Give them a list, give them a phone and say, hey, let's start calling and thanking people for their business. By the way, we're updating our system. We want to make sure you get the rewards that match you the best. How often do you come to the restaurant and what do you love here? Oh, I come all the time. Great, frequent. I haven't been in 6 months. Lost. How do I get you back? This is a very grassroots way to do it, but guess what? You screwed up by not collecting data correctly the first time. The easiest way to fix it is by putting in some blood, sweat, and tears. The next thing, which is a ninja hack that's going to go above and beyond what most people would ever do, is you can leverage a product called the Facebook Comment Growth Tool. We are in the process of integrating this tool with repeat returns. But you can use a product called ManyChat right now. ManyChat's like a $10 to $20 item. You can hook that up to your Facebook page. So when people comment on a post on your Facebook page, it will take them to Facebook Messenger. And inside ManyChat, you can build out sequences to ask for information. Now, guess what? We have this for free for you. If you go to ABRU, so if you go to abru.online/free and join America's Best Restaurants University, it's a free program. There's an acquisition engine light program in there that Tom built and Ashley built that shows you how to install ManyChat, how to install the template that we've built that gathers data. Again, you make a post on Facebook, we're giving away a $100 gift card. Comment below your favorite item on our menu. Comment below the last time you came to the restaurant. Comment below a friend, tag a friend you want to bring for free dinner. When they do that, it's going to open up what we've built in ManyChat you can download. And it's going to ask them. It's already going to have their name because they're in Facebook. Hey, Matt, pick below what you are, new, frequent, or lost. Great. What's your phone number? What's your email? It's now going to give you the ability to download that. And again, you're now going to cross-reference that with your current database. If you do these contests continuously the next 12 months, and yes, it's going to have a little bit of a suck there because every month you're going to have to download the list and cross-reference with your current list. You're going to get to a pretty solid point where you have a segmented list. And the good news is when you put in place today the right tools, your list in 2 or 3 years will be rock solid. That's all I got. I appreciate your text. I can't wait to get down to North Carolina and check out your restaurant. By the way, my mom's from Greensboro. I don't know where you're at on the map, but maybe I could visit my favorite restaurant, Stamey's in Greensboro, and then hit yours after that. See ya. So as you know, I don't charge for my content. We don't have sponsors. We don't have product placement in here. But what I want your help with is spreading the word. If you're finding value here, do me a favor. Share this on your social media. Share an episode with something that made sense to you, that's relevant to your restaurant, that you got value from, and tag Matt Plapp and America's Best Restaurants. Also, go to America's Best Restaurants on Facebook and on Google and leave us a review. Let us know the impact we've had on your restaurant with our roadshow, with our marketing help, or with our podcast. And last but not least, if you want to take the next step and help me out a lot and help us out a lot, text me a testimonial, 859-743-2408. That's my cell. A selfie video would be awesome about the impact this content or our company is having on your independent restaurant. But worst case scenario, just a few kind words. The way we can help lift this industry up is to help get content like this to more independent restaurant owners, and you are the key to spreading the word. I appreciate your support. Have an amazing day.